class of 1860.
So basically what the whole program is out is, I was working for another nonprofit, things didn't work out there, and I just missed my kids ultimately. So I had the choice to go to grad school, and I started to do that, and one day I just decided that I didn't want to go to grad school and theorize about solving issues. I wanted to actually go do practice solving. And I went in and I started to work with the kids that I had already. That process was done through becoming designated school volunteer, which means I paid $35 to come in and work with my kids. And I just knew that they needed me. It wasn't about 7th and 8th grade. It was more about high school. And then what I've learned now is it's not even about high school, it's about for life. I have some kids in here who are 21, 22 years old, and I still work with them. My kids know that we talk about, I expect to be at their weddings when they get married at least 10 years from now, you know. It means something, you know, and it's not, ultimately what we're fighting too is everybody wants data, and we're not about that. It's not about their grades, although they're important. It's about who they are as people. And I'm not here to boast that 100% of my kids go to college, and those are what other charter schools do and things like that. It's about, I'm saying 100% of my kids are good people, and they know how to stand up for somebody when they need to be stand up for, and they take care of me just as much as I take care of them. And ultimately, we're here to say to Manchester, you guys need to start meeting us halfway and help out. The $20,000 it's $19,999, and that is $1 short of an RFP, request for proposal. I got that idea from the Assistant Superintendent, Dave Ryan, who told me that we should start to pay. A year ago, I was in the same meeting, and as I was walking out, the Assistant Superintendent, Dave Ryan, said, this guy's been doing this on his own dime for the past 2 years. We need to start paying him. Unfortunately, when budget season comes up, I got pushed aside. And part of what they said was the impact wasn't big enough. And what they were talking about was they were talking about the 24 kids at Southside, but Mr. Ryan forgot about the other 50 kids I had in high school, and then other people forgot about even more kids who I have that are 18 to 24. I take them in the 7th grade, and I teach them a class. It's called Life Skills or Contemporary Issues, I like to call it. What's happening now? What's happening now? And we talk about that stuff. And it's building a relationship with these kids. The Southern New Hampshire women's soccer team came in, and they were supposed to be here for a week. They ended up staying for the whole year. And the reason why they stayed for the whole year was because it wasn't just about them helping the kids. The kids ended up helping them too. And it made them realize how lucky they are in their lives. I'm going after their hearts and their souls. I'm certainly looking for their mind, but I'm going after their hearts and their souls. And it's because there's people in this room who are adults right now who went after my heart and my soul and made me into the person I am. And I want to change Manchester. I'm a Manchester kid. I left, but I always come back. And right now I'm 35 years old, and I don't have many friends who still live in this area. And we need to change it, and we start by education. And it's not about the curriculum instruction, talking about what are we doing in regards to Common Core and how are we teaching these kids. It's not that. It's kids don't care and they don't believe. They don't care about themselves and they don't believe in adults. And we need to start changing that. It's about building relationships with them. And it's not about collecting data and finding out if my kid's Hispanic or white. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if they live with their mother and their father, just their mother or their grandparents. I don't care where they live. I don't care how much money their parents make. It doesn't matter. What we're saying is all kids are at risk, and we need to start addressing that problem. Education has become a social institution, and we need to start addressing those problems through curriculum and through instruction. Respect builds trust, trust builds loyalty. I screw up every single day, but these kids are so loyal to me that they never call me about when I screw up. They just call me out on my good things. It's a program that's never been in Manchester before, and it needs to start to happen now. And it's all going to happen through support of people. I have been to everybody, the health department, OIS, GSIL, the mayor, the board of aldermen, the school board. And they all say it's a great program, but we don't have any money. And you just talk about a rounding number. $305 million is in the budget, and I'm asking them for $19,999 to help this program go, because it's got to be not just privately funded, but there's going to be investment in the public too. And that's costing me money, because I go to some people and ask them for money, and they say, well, this is a great program. How come Manchester's not investing in it? And that's going to change. And you see, I tried to do everything the right way, but now it's just time to come out and tell the truth and leave it all on the table, because that's what I tell you guys to do every single day. And I don't think you understand how much I miss these kids and how much they mean to me. And it's time that Manchester steps up, and it's time that people stop sitting in their couches and saying things got to change. Or it's time to stop just saying that 43% of our kids are born to single mothers on Medicare. What are we going to do? We need to go do something. And what I can do, and what the whole program can do, is it can connect the community together. Because it's not about me. It's about everybody else. And I'm not looking to make a name and say, Manchester, oh, I got their test scores up, and now I'm going to leave and go to Boston and get paid more money and say, oh, I want to get their test scores up. This is for life. I'm a lifelong Manchester resident looking to make lifelong changes. And I can't even get any support from the school board. I can't get them to come to my events. I can't get them to put me in the line item and the program in the line item. And I'm laying it all on the line now, and I'm saying if things are going to change, you're either coming with me or you're not. But what they're going to see tonight is I got a bunch of kids with me who are ready to go fight. And that's what you teach kids. Stand up for what you believe in. Don't give up. The mayor just said give you 100%. Well, sometimes, kids, you give you 100% and it doesn't count, and it doesn't work in your favor. And then you're truly tested. So when I'm telling you I'm sorry how things have happened in your family, and things aren't going good for you, well, I'm talking to myself, too, because things aren't going great for me either right now. And I am struggling because I'm fighting for you guys. And it's time that this city stands up and starts fighting with me.